My pleasure.
So you're in the Brazil, right?
Yes,
What
correct.
time is it in your time?
Well, it's around 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Oh,
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of Japan, you know?
yeah, it's so far away from Tokyo.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word of the blockchain, right? Connects people from all over the world.
Connection. Okay, so I have some questions for you.
hmm
First of all, would you briefly explain yourself?
hmm do you mean introduce myself? Okay, so my name is Ed Rodrigues. I'm the CEO of Swapy Network. I studied business administration in Brazil, and I also studied at Draper University, which is a university in Silicon Valley, where they get entrepreneurs from all over the world and teach them about entrepreneurship. And by the end of the program, we got investment from Tim Draper, who is a venture capitalist in Silicon Valley. And that's how we got started on the dream, on the adventure of trying to universalize the access to credit.
See. So, at, when did you start studying this crypto market?
Well, the first time I heard about Bitcoin blockchain, it was around 2013.
15.
But yeah, but I really deep dived into the technology in 2014, around that.
So, like, did you start with someone? Someone like leads you to this space?
Well, yes, I had a good friend who was totally fascinated by it, by the blockchain. And it also was part of the curriculum at Draper University, the university I just mentioned, you know?
So right now, how many people with you?
Well, in our company, we are 8 people in total. And we also have 2 part-time people and one intern. So it's 11 total, but 8 full-time.
See. And I saw your website, but would you briefly like explain your uh, Swapy the project?
Sure. So Swapy has the mission to make credit cheaper and universally accessible. You know, because in countries like Brazil, where I'm from, the average loan is 145% per year interest. It's very high.
Very high.
Eh, and- yes. And that's because of the market inefficiencies around the credit market. For example, it's a very concentrated market. Only 5 big banks control 95% of the of the loans. Also, there is no good information on the clients. So we are solving those problems with the blockchain.
See. And the ICO will start from this next week, I think.
Yes, on March 19, it will start the pre-sale, in which people can contribute with a 15% discount in the first year.
How do you advertise your company, your project?
Sorry, could you repeat, please?
How do you advertise?
Advertise. Okay. So we have a different strategies. For example, we have some advisors who are very famous people, like Tim Draper, Don Tapscott. We also have an ambassador program in which, for example, you like our project, you call other people to join, then we can offer you a percentage, a reward in swap tokens. And we also try to do interviews like with you now, you know, and it's very particular to advertise to the blockchain community, right? So we try to reach through these strategies.
Okay. And like, what's your goal for your project?
Well, regarding the financial goals, the hard cap is $30 million. But regarding the impact, the social mission, we want to allow anyone, anywhere, to have access to their dreams, you know? Because credit, it's a way for people to accomplish their dreams, to have a better life, to pursue their education, to have access to goods and services, education, health. Everything revolves around credit, right? So that's our goal, the end goal.
Okay. So I think the situation is different from like Brazil and Japan. What is your how is crypto market in Brazil?
Mm-hmm. Well, here we have many people interested about cryptocurrencies, but not many people understand it very well. You know, mostly it's concentrated in big cities like São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro, and the companies and banks are just starting to understand it and develop concepts around it. You know, so I think it's not as much developed as in Japan because you guys rock, right? In regard to the crypto world, congratulations. You are one of the countries which is like the future for cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah.
So, so your country is really something to look for regarding how the government can embrace cryptocurrencies and the blockchain. Right?
So you're interested in Japanese market, right?
Yes, we are. Both are because, for example, Japan has one of the lowest interest rates in the world, right? So your investors, for example, people who are pursuing a higher return, they like returns like 5, 8, or 10%. It's very good, right? So we want to connect the opportunities in Brazil to invest in loans in Brazil and other developing nations, and to provide these higher returns for potential investors in Japan. And that's our thesis, you know, to do this arbitrage when connecting countries like Brazil and Japan.
And you have Japanese website in Japanese.
Yes, we translated. It was our first priority, you know, Japanese. And we have a translator from Japan. We are very grateful to her.
I think it's important because many of Japanese are like bad at English, though.
Thanks for the tip. Thanks for the suggestion.
Thank you. Okay, and I think there are many like beginner investors in Japan too. So would you like give them like advice?
Advice,
Yeah.
okay.
Because there are so many scams.
Absolutely, yeah. You have to be careful, you know. Always research about the team, the advisors, see if the person has, for example, real profiles on LinkedIn, on Facebook. I always see if the team already developed something, you know, because you have to see if the person is understands about the technology, is technically proficient, and can really deliver on what they are proposing, you know. So it's very important to do those things before contributing. And when you contribute, don't put everything, you know. Always, yeah, don't invest everything because always invest as much as you can afford to lose, you know.
Oh, and also, why do you like interested in credit?
Oh, that's because of a very personal story, you know, because I had the dream once of doing an MBA in the United States, and I didn't accomplish it because of the lack of access to credit. So we became very passionate and obsessive to solve this problem. And that's how we got started, you know. So there is a saying in Silicon Valley that goes like that: the world's biggest problems are the world's biggest business opportunities, right? So it's a problem worth solving, both in a social impact way and in a business way.
Mm. Hold on a second.
No problem.
Are you going to join the consensus this year too?
Well, yes, we're going to Consensus. Are you going?
I think I can go.
You should definitely go because it's a great conference.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lots of people from all over the world, and actually, that's how I met Masahiko, our investor.
That's like last year, right?
Correct? Yes. We were pitching at Consensus 2017, and we met Masa after he saw our pitch.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So I hope to see you in face in this year's consensus.
Yes, if you go, you will meet me and my co-founder who will be there.
Yeah, great.
It's one of the best conferences in the world.
Do you have any plan to like attend other conference this year?
Well, we were thinking about going to East Asia, you know, to Japan, Singapore, Korea, Thailand. Maybe we have a big part of our community for the ICO are from those countries. So we are considering going on late April there.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Japan before?
No, never.
No?
I'm very curious about sushi in Japan. Is the sushi good?
That sushi is good, but good one is expensive though.
What's expensive? Sorry.
The good sushi is like very expensive in Tokyo.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, here in Brazil, we love sushi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we have a great Japanese community as well. Immigrated here in the beginning of the 20th century.
So when you visit to Japan, you have to like contact us.
I will definitely do that. Yes, I will visit the Studio Seed, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's in Tokyo, right?
It's in Tokyo, yes. Okay, and also, so we are trying to like interview many like good project, good company like you. And do you have any good like connection to like someone who involved in this space? Would you like introduce us?
Yes, I have some people in mind. Yes. So is it only for entrepreneurs, or do you, for example, like to interview investors as well?
No, it's okay.
That would be okay to interview investors. I could potentially introduce you to one of the investors in the ICO. He's from the United States, you know.
Great.
So I think it will be a good interview.
Great. So, like,
his name is Don Lee, and he's from Miami.
Oh, okay. So then we will ask later. In like.
Okay.
Okay.
After by email, right?
So I think we will conclude this interview, but do you have any questions to us?
No, I would just like to say thank you. I loved being interviewed by you and looking forward to meet. Okay?
Yeah, looking forward to meet you. Okay,
bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Have a good evening.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
すごい紳士でした。
そうですね、いいかがでした。
これで止めればいいんですよね。